where work, life, and a little chaos collide. This is Girls in Property Management. Hey guys, welcome back to Girls in Property Management. Before we get into today's episode, we want to share a quick disclaimer. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. We do touch on some topics related to mental health and suicide in this episode, so please take care while listening and feel free to skip if it's not right for you right now. If you or someone you know is struggling, you're not alone. You can call or text 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, to connect with trained counselors 24/7. Now, let's get into the episode.
Hello.
Test. Okay, well, we are back with another guest, an add-on.
Hello.
We still have Mama G. We are back. It is Saturday, and we've had a day today.
We have.
I feel like we should choose.
Oh, yes, so sorry.
Listen.
Okay.
Good thing for me.
Yeah, I know. Cheers.
We're both having vodka Red Bulls.
We needed the little pick-me-up.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we have to kind of go into this like fun fact because obviously it's Girls in Property Management, but
Yes, I am also a property manager. I actually got this one into property management, and she has far exceeded me so far, which I'm so proud of. But yeah, we would both suffer together.
we do. We both suffer together. Actually, my whole like inspiration by having this podcast was because we would always, when I very first moved here, I was living with Kyle because we still had our lease for a few more months, and every night we would come home. We work for different companies, but every night we would come home and do a shot of tequila
And just really decompress from the day, because property management is just a very different type of career, because it's not just dealing with the property. You're dealing with so many things that are with the residents. She actually brought up a really good point that I really think about now, is that people are not really like, if they're going to their job, that's not really their true self until they're like at home, and that's like who they are as a person, and we get that side of them. So it's always interesting, to say the least.
Well, and I feel like you guys have had so many crazy just situations that have happened. Like,
Yes.
I mean, people dying and people running cars off of like.
Yeah, that was all of
walls.
me. The first week of me being a property manager, I had 2 deaths, and I had a car go over a retaining wall, and the car was literally like this on the wall. So it never fails to happen at the least.
exactly. And then after we didn't live together anymore, we would do, for a while, we were actually pretty good at doing like weekly check-in FaceTimes, but we would always call and vent that way, because I do feel like too, it's one of those things where, I mean, you can vent, like obviously I vent to Chris or like we vent to you or whatever,
Right.
but, and I think everyone is this way where if someone isn't in your industry, they can't fully understand what you're going through or saying, because
Sure.
and I'm sure this happens to you, like sometimes when I'm like telling Chris something, he'll be like, it almost kind of like more so see like the resident side, and I'm like, okay, yes, as a resident I also can like see that side,
Right.
but when you're on our side and we're like bound by certain rules, regulations, laws, like, or just kind of whatever, it's like it's not that way. Even if we want it to be that way for them, it's not that way. Sometimes I don't even want it to be that way for them because it makes no sense. But I think that's like also with our thing is, what, even though we're in different companies, the state laws and like our leases and all of that are all
It's
the
all the
same,
same.
so it doesn't
Yeah.
really change that.
Yeah, because it's all Texas, and so we, even though we're same job, different companies, we follow the same rules, we do the same thing. I mean, we're both property managers. I will say my company is a little different just because I'm a property manager, but we have 18 communities within my job, so it's very large, and so like I manage 2 properties, and it's a little different from like what her position is a little bit.
Well, and it's not, because I mean, like,
Same.
obviously the company I work for has way more than 18 complexes, but it's not all in one, like, you're literally like, it's like almost one community, but like 18 complexes within that community. So it's just different because you're almost in like your own, like, weirdly, like, little city.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's literally a little village. It's pretty awesome. It's crazy. I mean, we do so many different things, so many fun things. I've been in my company for 5 years now, and it's definitely changed a lot in those 5 years. And not necessarily for the bad, but it's been different.
Yeah, because it just changes all the time.
Yeah, our industry changes all the time. I mean, I feel like we always are consistently learning new things. I think that's why I love my job, is because I'm always learning, which is...
And it's never boring.
It's never boring. No. There's always something going on.
Yes, truly. So that's kind of a fun little intro to this because, yeah, you're the reason why I'm in this. And, but last night...
Yes.
We went and saw Devil Wears Prada 2, which is so fun. I feel like we all need to say, like, what our first experience was seeing the first movie.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's for sure my favorite movie, but I know it's, like, at least all of our, like, it's up there for everyone, if not, like, your favorite.
Yeah, definitely. I would say top 5 for me, for sure.
Yeah.
I honestly can't really remember, like, the first time that I saw this movie, but I do remember the first time that, like, I, like, visibly remember watching this movie, and that was with my mom and my ex-boyfriend at the time. We watched it at my old apartment, and he was kind of like, meh, but we...
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I was quoting the movie the entire time. She fell in love with the movie, like, immediately.
Well, and so that was, like, how long ago?
Oh god, that was like 4 years ago?
Yeah,
Because I wasn't here yet.
Okay, because it came out in
2006.
Yeah.
And I can't believe, of all the movies I've seen,
7.
I cannot believe that I've never seen it. It was so crazy.
I feel like I had told you.
Oh, I'm sure you had.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Sure. I have no idea. Because
You definitely did.
Yeah.
You definitely did.
I love Meryl Streep. I mean, she is, as Tori would say, she's iconic. And I love her. I've seen, like, so many of her movies. And then when we watched it, I swear, no joke, have seen it at least 30 times now.
She was quoting it better than me yesterday when we were leaving, because I was trying to make, like, some quotes after the movie, and she's like, actually, it's this.
And I have
She was right,
problems.
though, but mom's always right.
But yeah, it was, so that was, I don't know, I loved it.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I think what's really nice is that they really kept the characters the same, but it was a lot of character development.
Yes, I will say that too, because I think, I was thinking about that earlier, because I think with Miranda, right? Like, you got to see a more human, like, side of her.
Yeah.
One I loved. Oh, should we not spoiler alert? I don't think there's spoilers like that.
I mean, the movie's out now, so I mean...
But she was,
Well,
she's
we'll
married,
just say
right?
we'll just say like we're gonna hit on the movie. We won't give any like specific details of what happened, but just maybe if we do, we'll as we
can
go,
say spoiler alert.
Then we'll say it. But as of right now, we'll just talk about like the characters as they are now.
Yeah.
Versus what they.
But I do love that she was like in a good relationship, because she struggled with that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
He just loved
He was
her.
really good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that aspect.
You know what I think it was in the like, okay, because she is the same. So if you haven't seen the movie, don't worry, because I feel like we like, you know, you kind of love to see that side of her.
And if you haven't seen the first one, definitely watch the first one before you go watch the second one. I mean, not that it necessarily makes a difference, but it
you
does.
Could still, yeah, it's like you would
'Cause-
still understand the storyline, but
Yeah, and you understand the characters more.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Emily's character.
She would be random if you didn't watch it the first time.
Exactly, and that's kind of why.
Oh,
I'm saying.
She's
my favorite.
iconic.
She is iconic. So
She
iconic.
is.
I see. You know what I think? Well, okay, my first time watching
Yeah,
it, which
okay.
I did kind of hit on it on the I talked about it like a couple podcasts ago, but I actually saw it in 2006.
Yeah.
I was in Kelsey Rolfing's basement.
Stop.
Amazing.
But what's funny about it is that so we had to be in like 6th grade, you know, and I didn't like not like it. But, like, I remember she put it on and we were kind of doing stuff. And, like, being in 6th grade, it's not like I really got it. Especially because it was like we put it on. But then we were, like, I think we were, like, you know how we used to do all of, like, the Sophie shorts or the shirts with, like, the fabric paint and everything.
Yeah.
And I
Oh my
had
God.
so many, like,
Yeah.
and so we were
Converse.
doing, like, a project like that. And so we were kind of, like, not really watching whatever. And I just kind of remember being, like, I mean, it's not really something I would ever watch again.
Oh, wow.
Because I did, I was in 6th grade. So, but then I remember, so I didn't watch it for like a few years. And then when I watched it again, I was like, if I could go smack that little fucking 6th grader on the head, like I almost am like, I missed out on a couple of years of rewatching it because it's that good.
I will say, though, we have a common denominator between our generations because I'm Gen Z and she's millennial, Anne Hathaway.
Mm-hmm.
Anne Hathaway is such a phenomenal actress, and she's been in so much that we both have seen. And so I think that's something that we can kind of relate to as well.
Because then she was in like Ella Enchanted.
I mean, she was
Princess
in
Diaries.
Princess Diaries, yes. And I hear they're coming out with a new Princess Diaries next year, which I'm very excited with.
Well, and you're the kind of Gen Z that, like, I almost feel like you have more millennial aspects than, like, Chris, because since you had an older millennial sibling.
I was about to say, I'm definitely a zillennial.
Yeah.
Because I do
even
have a
though you're
lot of...
technically not year-wise, but you are personality-wise.
Listen, I am zillennial, okay? Regardless if it's the year or not, especially with my older sisters, since I'm the youngest of 2 older sisters, and I definitely relate more to millennials than I do Gen Z, but I have a lot of Gen Z characters inside of me.
What I thought was so funny was when Ava called you Gen Y, and you were like,
What the fuck?
Gen Y?
Yeah, what is...
But I
don't
did
know
look it
what
up,
Gen Y
and it
is.
is...
Grandma and Grandpa? Or no,
it's you.
Oh,
it's
It's
millennials.
like because it's like X and then it's supposed to be Y, but probably
Oh,
but
I've
because
never heard that before.
I
well,
hadn't
I
either.
think I haven't either, but I think millennials because it was the turn of the
Right.
century, right?
I think so, yeah. But I mean, it wasn't. Like, he would
Right.
be more...
Right. You're right. That actually doesn't make sense because
It
by the
doesn't.
time it was the turn of the century, it wasn't millennials
No.
anymore. Oh well, but it's a fun
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, like 2000, right?
yeah.
Is when it started.
And it's
because
really
1997 is when Gen Z started.
And it's really-
1996.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was 97.
No, actually, you might be right. You're right. 1996 was the last year. of
Last
millennial.
year.
You're so right because Chris is the first year and he's 1997. You're right.
Nikki
Yeah.
is in the first year. She's 1997.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because just in like the difference between like older millennials and more so than I think in any other
Mm-hmm.
like generational
Mm-hmm.
like whatever you call them, like they really like marketing to older millennials versus younger millennials.
We were like the generation I feel with like the biggest just like
technology.
yeah, because
Mm.
that's what I always say is like
Mhm.
people will say to me like, oh well, do you even know what this is? Do you even know what
Mhm.
this is? And I'm like, no, I literally I can still remember Kelsey Zavala's home phone number. Like I can still
Right.
remember like because I had
Yeah.
like we 3-way called on that. Like we didn't have like that but then it was like we just were like a part of such a big like such a quick shift
Yes.
that it's weird. But for like older like millennials, theirs was like they still went through the same thing. But yeah, it is a weird like it's a weird thing. And going back to though like with like the characters and everything, one, I did not anticipate because of how the movie ended. I didn't anticipate Andy to still be, because I don't want to give anything away, but I didn't anticipate her being the way she was during like during the first movie and how her personality was, because at the end she was just kind of like, no, I'm this. I didn't expect her to come in and still be like I guess.
Well, I think it's the Miranda of it all.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
like that Miranda has that effect on her.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to say it without giving like things away, but like I just feel like
Just spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie, please go watch it. 10 out of 10 recommend. It's very, very, very good. But we might talk about things that are, in the movie.
Yeah, I just think that like I still don't want to like give anything away, but like I just think like I didn't expect her to still come in and be submissive.
Yeah.
Like I felt like she was gonna come in, like even when Emily was like, you're more confident, I was like, I kind of don't feel like she.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I think too.
But also, Miranda, I mean, you can have all the confidence in the world. For example, Emily had all the confidence. She is a confident woman, but then when Miranda was talking to her, she lost all that confidence.
But I feel like, okay, like this is what I like, I guess this is a good example, because when she came into Miranda's office and she was like, oh my gosh, I thought she was being like sarcastic. I thought she was being like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will say, it was a little weird that Miranda did not remember Andy.
She did. That's why she said that when she was pouring the wine.
Yeah.
Like, I always knew you would be something.
Yes.
Well, because I was like, I thought you forgot who I was. She was like, well, that was before that.
But I think she was just covering it up.
I do too. I think
because
I totally knew.
The only reason I said that is because in the first movie, she was like, second Emily, like, please plan, like, call this for this dinner. Like, she was very scheduled, very calculated, knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah, but I think because the way that the first one ends, when she's in the car and Andy waves, she won't wave back, but then she's in the car and she gets that little smile, like she was proud,
I
right?
love that moment when she's
and
go.
So I think that she.
But in the first movie too, she smiled at the end.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying, but when
because of the driver. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Because you did that at the end too.
Yeah.
Well, see, you know what I think it is about Miranda, and I think they did. Like, I will say, because I will stand, obviously, that I'm not saying obviously like in general, but obviously for me, I do, like, I think the first movie is better. One, it's hard to outdo a first movie, but two, this movie isn't iconic without the first. You couldn't come out with this. However,
no, I agree.
I
agree.
With this one, you know what I think they did such a good job on that they couldn't have even done in 2006 because we weren't having these conversations. I think they did such a good job of when they humanized her, but then she snapped back to like Miranda. It's kind of like that thing of like a powerful woman in the workplace. People won't take, like, it is better, like, okay, not better. A woman can generally, I feel, kind of like go, and maybe this isn't always true, but I feel like a lot of times, like, a woman can climb higher and faster, like, by being like the bitch. People may label you a bitch, and that is something that we have to deal with, that like a straight white man or maybe even other would not. But like, I feel like in this standpoint, it was like she would like be humanized, and then she would realize, and she'd be like, oh, I have to snap back, because like that's the persona she has to adapt to have been so successful in her role.
I will say though, it's actually scientifically proven that women can handle stress better than men.
We can push a baby out of our vagina.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Or
is
two.
Or four.
Right, but two at the same
time.
Yeah. But it's so true though. I mean, women are. Listen, there's a song, "Man's World." I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard that, but it's so true that like man wouldn't be man, wouldn't be here without the woman. You know. And not saying that women are only here to make babies, because it is so not true. But it's
the fact that we can.
Yeah, and the fact that you guys can,
and
hold on so much
stress. Back to
stress.
work 3 days later.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's. I love that this movie really focuses on the empowerment of women.
Yes.
Especially in the first movie too, because in 2006, I mean, we weren't as, where we are now in 2026.
Also,
oh my God, 20 years, that's wild.
Oh, I didn't even put that into perspective.
Oh yeah.
Can we
20
also
years.
just say that I loved. Okay, this is a spoiler alert. So spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, skip forward.
Yes.
I loved that Emily used a man to get a company.
Like I do too.
Amen.
I do too. I mean, she kind of got screwed in the end with it.
Coach. Yeah.
I know.
But that was so funny, which is kind of funny because Coach is kind of coming back up, but Dior is Dior. But I do love that it wasn't like she didn't need to use him for his money. She had her own money. Like she was like high up, like.
Yeah.
But I love that she truly used him for like the company. Like she really
he wasn't cute.
And she totally outsmarted him. It's just the problem was Miranda outsmarted her.
Well, and
because
Andy.
Well, Andy.
Because Andy did that in the first one, right? And I think, like, you know, and that was like
both abroad. They were both abroad when it happened.
Yeah,
too.
And because in the first one when she went to all that work. Andy didn't. Miranda already knew, so Miranda already had everything in place. I think the hard thing for Andy was in that one is that Miranda screwed over.
Right. Which I love that then he got like his redemption to Stanley Tucci.
Yeah.
20 years later.
Nigel.
Stanley Tucci. Listen, that man, what a man. What a man. Because
him.
I mean, he's always been one of my favorite actors. Especially, I remember one of the first movies I saw with him was The Lovely Bones.
I thought for some reason I thought you were going to say Burlesque.
No, I love Burlesque. Cher, come on. But no, The Lovely Bones, which if you haven't seen that movie, it's really dark, but it's really good, especially if you like true crime.
Because that's coming from 2-3 people that don't like scary. Do you like scary movies?
I love scary movies.
Okay, well I don't, but I like Lovely Bones.
I love horror movies.
Because that was the day that I came over and I crashed your friend date, and then I left though because you guys were going to watch scary movies.
Yeah, we watched Weapons, which if you haven't seen Weapons, it's so good.
You should start doing just a movie review.
Okay, right. The scary movie doesn't fit with your brand outside of the fact that you're a Scorpio.
Why do you say that?
Would you think he likes scary movies if you? Yeah.
And
well, I will say.
I mean,
for the longest time, I didn't.
Maybe that's
I did
why.
not like scary movies because growing up, my other siblings.
I told on the pod, I can't remember which one, but I told the story about Nikki, like how I literally had to sleep in the living room for 2 weeks because Nikki just described it to me.
Yeah, I remember for a hot minute I did not watch horror movies because we watched Signs. I don't know if you remember Signs.
I didn't see it, but I remember when you watched it.
And that movie scarred me. Mind you, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the freaking squirrel from Ice Age, so I can't really say anything.
You know what I also always remember? Harry Potter, the third Harry Potter.
Okay, listen, which is so funny because that's actually my favorite Harry Potter now. I love Prisoner of Azkaban. It's my favorite because that's when the story really gets going.
Chris 1000% agrees with you, and I love Chamber of Secrets.
I love Chamber of Secrets too. However, Professor Lupin, when he turns into the werewolf, the way he turns into the werewolf
honestly, I'm not gonna lie, he's terrifying.
He is terrifying. Yeah. He's like a tall, naked dog. Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah, it's not like you were very afraid of like Sirius Black. Like you would have had Sirius Black as a pet.
Absolutely, I would have pet Sirius Black. I would have been that kid that's like, oh, natural selection. You know, but it's so true. At this point, like I remember, I was in middle school. And my mom told me, and she was like, "Kyle, if a person asks you, hey, my dog is lost. Would you go? Would you go help and find him?" And I said, "Absolutely." And she said, "Kyle,
no, listen." Okay.
Yeah, we need to actually talk, because on the last pod, you talked about how, like, I'd be with someone and I'd give, like, all the family lore, and I was like, Kyle's like that too. This isn't how Kyle was. Kyle was...
So Kyle, first of all, he was, not that, you're adorable, but he was so stinking cute.
Yeah, he was really cute.
He was so cute. and, like, so personable. People would look at him and fall in love with him. And, even now, like, he's just, such a, like... the thing that's so fun about you is you're so fucking salty, but also just so sweet. You can be so nice.
But you grew into that, which I love.
Yes. I did, because I did not claim Scorpio for like the longest time. I was like, I'm not a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. Yeah. Through and through.
But like, I'm not kidding you. We would worry about him. Like if somebody, if the white van came by and said, "Hey, I lost my dog. can you help me find him? He would jump in the fucking van.
I
and
would.
I was like, Kyle, they don't have a dog.
Yeah, she was like, Kyle, there's no dog. And I'm like, what if there is? What if there is?
We're just like, Kyle, to this day, there is no dog. They don't have a dog.
Yeah, she's like, but actually, still a little bit like,
Yeah.
there's no dogs. No, and you know what's funny too is it's like we would like lose him in like a public settings, like not necessarily at like the
Costco.
grocery store. Was it?
No,
Me
Costco.
either.
God, I remember getting lost in Costco.
Well, not even getting lost though. Like, okay, remember like when Nikki did gymnastics? Like, as soon as we would walk into that seating room, Kyle would be like, "What lady am I talking to? What mom
Yes.
am I about to schmooze?"
Yes.
Listen, if there's one thing I'm good with, it's moms.
You are.
Give me a mom to talk to, and she'll love
Okay,
me.
even to this day, like I feel like we should turn it into like a drinking game of like him giving compliments to someone
I know.
out in public.
That is one of my favorite things.
And it's not a bad thing.
I love giving compliments.
But,
I
like,
did it
if
literally
you
yesterday.
look
I was at the store and I was like, "Oh my god, you
You
look
did
beautiful."
it like 5 times yesterday.
I know.
know.
At the movies, like the girl.
Mhm.
Her hair was great. What
But
can I
also,
say?
like, if you look on his Facebook, and he like when you posted the dog, and you look at half of those like comments, it's all your old teachers.
No, so true. Yeah, all my elementary school teachers are
Yeah.
like, "You look great." I'm like,
Absolutely love him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he kind of like suckered them all in except 4th grade when he had a guy teacher.
yeah, he didn't love me as
Oh,
much.
yeah.
But in all
He
fairness,
loved me.
he did. Okay, well, I will say though, he
He's like, "Let me take the
didn't
mic."
love me because when I let me take the mic real quick. When I was in elementary school, I had a lot of stress going on, so I was just really sick all the time. And there was this one time where I told my 4th grade teacher, Mr. Venuto, and I said, "I feel very sick right now." And it was during the Pledge of Allegiance, and he said, "I don't care, go sit down." And I said, "Right, but I'm gonna
Water. Oh, can you get a water too?
I'm going to throw up." And he was like, "I don't care, go sit down." Well, I did in fact throw up. And not only that, but I threw up on him. So there might be a reason why he doesn't like me, and that could have definitely been the reason he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did warn him. He was warned. He just didn't listen. But that's okay.
Yeah, we digress.
Is it okay?
But we digress.
But also, didn't you see that in Miss Ross's class? Didn't you throw up on your
Oh my god.
girlfriend?
Oh yeah. I don't see. This is where the horror comes to me. But the movie The Exorcism, when it like she like throws up the pea soup and it's
Yeah.
like, you know, projectile. Yeah. I in fact did that on this poor girl, Alyssa. God bless Alyssa.
Didn't you like her?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, because you went to her house and I didn't know where you were.
No, that was Amber Hinkle.
Oh.
He's like,
Oh.
different girl.
A different girl. I was a hoe back then. What can I say? I walked. Like we were at my brother Kevin and I were at the park next to our house, and Amber Hinkle was having a birthday party that I was not invited to. That I decided that I was going to invite myself, because why would they want to invite me? Come on. And so I walked.
What grade was this?
This was like probably 3rd, 2nd grade. I mean, I was young.
Yeah.
And I remember walking to her house, and I got to her house, saw that they were having a birthday party, got sad, left, and as I was leaving, I see my mom had a red minivan at the time, and she whipped that red minivan around the corner so fast, and I knew I was fucked. I knew from that moment that I was like, "Ah, shit, here we go." And she opened that electric door and said, "Get in!" And I did.
It's so funny because that you saying that, like, I wasn't invited, and like in your mind you're just like, okay, but why wouldn't they want me there? That is like so me. And I'm like, that is like also kind of like frightening that like
We're so similar in that.
like we're like, why is our first thought like not that like they didn't invite us because they don't want us there? We're like,
But why wouldn't they want us?
yeah, they do. They just, I guess.
My invitation got lost in the mail.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, because we did actually have mailed invitations at that point. So, like...
We sure did. I remember mailing out my own invitations for... was that my 10th birthday?
Yeah, the limo.
Yeah. Mom, for us, for our 10th birthday, you had a limo too, didn't you?
Well, I was the
First,
originator.
She's like, I was
Okay, well, she is the
OG,
oldest, so of course she's
But
gonna
it
be
was
OG.
literally my idea, though. I remember we brainstormed this, and it was a Wild Wings, or it was the place that was by Ariel's, and it was like, because we turned 10. Oh yeah, you just said 10th, yeah. And we were like, whatever, we were brainstorming. I don't know how we came up with the limo, but we did. And then, you know, obviously because that is like an extravagant thing, then it like goes down the line. But yeah, totally. Actually,
fun.
what's funny is the limo picture is the one that I put on the pod when we discussed your vest and cowboy boots and sweats.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
We actually do talk about that.
Yeah, and actually it was a whole podcast episode.
It was a whole podcast episode.
Here's the thing.
It was one of the most listened podcast episodes.
And in all fairness for myself, I really love my boots, and I still to this day love my boots.
Well, and you had like a lot of what do they call that, like
texture?
Yeah, but it's a like you
autism.
No, but you just didn't like certain things, like. You're very like sensitive when it comes to like.
And you mean that for like wearing the sweats versus jeans?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hated jeans.
But also, you had such a hard time with jeans fitting you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, at that point, I mean, I'm still, as you can see, pretty slim as it is, but I was
He's
slimmer.
like, I have always been snatched by.
Okay, but I mean, I literally would have my jeans fall off because I had nothing to support the jeans. And so I just wore sweats, but I had like 8 different pairs of sweats that had different colors going down the side. And I mean,
not that we matched them to the colors going down the side.
I was just about to say, not that it mattered because I didn't match any of them, but I had these like these like black boots with red flames on the sides. I had a green puffer vest. I had a cowboy hat with red flame sunglasses.
Everyone listening is like, well, yeah, we know.
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah.
You gotta post a picture of him with the cowboy.
Yeah, I just thought about that with the sunglasses.
But
that was a moment.
Okay, one of you are gonna have to send it to me because I don't have it.
I have it.
Yes, I was gonna say something. Okay, so have you talked at all about you getting them dressed?
Yeah, that was about that episode.
Okay, yeah, because.
She would dress us because we were going to the same school. So she's like, it wasn't about her making me look good. It was about her not
she didn't
looking
give
bad.
a fuck about you.
No.
It was her image.
The way she said, no.
And how we know this, like she said on that podcast, was like, did she do it the next year? Hell no.
No.
Like,
but that's when my true colors showed out. That's when I was like, you know what? I'm gonna dress myself. I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And she didn't stop me. She said, Kyle, that's a fight I'm not willing to fight with you on.
No. Listen, this one over here, you know, I let her do the same thing, and it was not always pretty, but she had her own style.
But I got it out of my system early. I got it out of my system before I was in grade school.
Interesting. Okay.
But see, you know what the thing about me? The thing about me is, from a young age, before it was even like now it's like a thing. I've always been into sets.
Yeah,
that's always been into sets. Like if it's a set.
Did you have a juicy set? I'm sure you had a juicy set.
I obviously.
Hello.
Yes, but no, I always have been into sets. Like all outfits, like because it's not like leggings and stuff.
Well, and that actually started with your grandma.
Oh, I was thinking it started with Kelly because I feel like she always bought me sets. But it's probably just because I like sets.
Yeah, it started with Grandma and Target because Target would have all the mix and match and
Granimals. Do you remember Granimals?
Yes, I think they probably had Granimals with you, but like when
we grew up at the best time, I will say.
When you were little and she was such a huge help, and she would come and pick you up like on Friday, and then. Like I think before you guys ever even went home, she would take you to Target. Like that was your jam, and you know she would always buy you. And Target at the time, I don't know if they still do, but they had all like the mix and match, which was just amazing. But the thing that was so fun, like so your birthday is December 29th, and so I never wanted you to have like the. Oh, here's your birthday and Christmas.
I think that's why now I get so annoyed when people give me a combined gift.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I honestly have always been annoyed when people give me a combined gift, but obviously, like, I feel like that's because I never had combined gifts.
Right.
Well, I think it's unfair to do that.
No, it is. And so, but what we started doing this, it was your third birthday. Now, I mean, third birthday. So think about like Foster's next birthday, right? Like you
Like, I
were
used to be 3.
little.
Oh my gosh.
But I started like, we would go to Target and you could pick out like we had a dollar limit and you could pick out whatever like you wanted, whatever you wanted that added up to that amount.
Mm-hmm.
So this girl, I mean, we did that always.
Yeah, like once I got to like middle school and high school, it just the place changed. Like then it wasn't Target. Then we would go to the mall.
Park Meadows.
And
Oh, we had so much fun at Park Meadows. But she got really smart. Like
Funny because I never remember going to Park Meadows with you.
Well, whenever we would do this over my birthday, you were always with your dad.
Yeah. But but she got really smart. Like early on, like I remember one time we were there, and you're like, okay, and it was like $50, say. And you're like, does that include the tax?
I'm telling you.
Do I have to pay the tax? Are you gonna cover the tax?
I honestly love that you say that because I feel like it gives like even more context to when I told the story about how I like contracted out Nikki to babysit.
Yes,
and then
you were always like,
and then I was like, I'll give you 20%, but she didn't know what that meant. Honestly, let's be real. Nikki would have done it for free.
I will say
And
this is
when
what makes us really good for property management, though, is because I mean, we have to deal with a lot of shit, and you specifically dealt with a lot of shit, especially with us siblings. So it does help and benefit us.
Yeah, but I forgot that I forgot that I'm like,
oh my gosh. And then she would always buy dumb shoes.
Okay,
Like,
well, dumb
when you're
shoes
little.
like in elementary school. Like once we got to middle school, I like had more taste.
See, all
Well,
I
and
remember with
I
those
always
shoes-
say dumb shoes because they were shoes that were really hard for her to walk in. Like little.
But now I can walk in heels better than anything. Like
I
when
know.
I'm on site and like vendors are like, do you need me? I'm like, I can navigate this better than you in those tennis shoes. So
Exactly.
hold on.
That's
do want to clarify though, my fashion game has gotten a lot better
yeah.
since I was in middle school and high school. Let me just put that out there, okay?
I feel like your fashion game got better when you finally came out of that glass closet.
No, you're right. I mean,
Because I feel like then you felt like better to actually express your
Oh,
style
yeah,
without
you'll
people.
You'll
I
have to
just didn't
insert-
give a fuck.
You'll have to insert a fun picture.
Yes, of like a good like
yes, like
Kyle
your like
outfit.
the sequin pants.
Oh yeah, those sequin pants.
You can pick.
For my birthday, my 25th birthday, I really wanted to go all out, so I bought these like red sequins pants that I unfortunately cannot fit to anymore. But they were the talk of the town, let me tell
Yes,
you. They
yeah.
were fun. Because my thing is, I really express myself through my clothes.
Yes.
Okay, is this what we would say is eccentric? Like, was that like not that necessarily his style is eccentric, but
I
is
would
that
say
eccentric or is that?
I would say my style is a little bit more eccentric because I have a lot of like different type patterns. My boots. I mean, I have copious amount of boots. It's kind of a problem, and not like cowboy boots, but like Chelsea boots.
Yeah.
I have like probably 12 pairs of Chelsea boots. I'm known.
I just love that both of you. I think you both have such a great style, and you don't really give a shit what anybody else thinks. You're gonna do what you want to do.
Yeah, I really
and,
don't
like,
give a fuck because I will wear for a while too. I was like wearing women's clothes because at that point they fit me better.
Yeah.
And I didn't give a fuck.
See, my style's not like out there, but the
No,
thing that
but
I
it's
think
just
is for
very-
me is that because I'm like a very like modern day Chanel is how I would describe my style.
Yeah.
I just think that
Modern day Audrey.
Yes, I just think that I dress up no matter what, and that's where people
Well,
get
okay,
like, because they're
okay.
like, oh my gosh, you're like, and I think that is something like even like in high school and stuff, like I would wear heels when people were like embarrassed to wear heels to school.
Yeah, but okay, can we just talk about though? You come from like I was voted best dressed.
That's what I was trying to do. It's just
In
I
high
came
school.
I went to a new high school where people didn't know me.
Yeah.
But
Voted best dressed, and then I still wore cowboy boots and sweats to school.
You were voted best dressed?
No,
No,
he said
you.
you,
Oh,
but
I
then
was.
she
Well,
just didn't.
again.
You were a beast in the morning.
Again,
I
fight
still
not
am a
willing to
beast in the
have.
morning.
Like
That's
I
true.
have not become a morning person,
Yeah, pick my
regardless of
battles.
how old I am.
Still pick my battles. So.
Yeah, I am.
But,
I'm not a morning person. So if my future
Yeah.
husband is ever watching this, I like to say I'm sorry in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave me alone in the morning. We'll be fine.
Yeah, but okay, well.
I was saying I dress up like.
Well, okay, and so when I just got this job, right? And one of the things that you said to me was like, "Oh, it'll be because it was hard. Like I didn't really know that I wanted to do that or whatever." And you were like, "Well, it'll be fun. You can dress up." Okay, these.
Well, you also are working with someone who drinks Mountain Dew for a living, and
Well, but
she
they.
drinks Mountain Dew.
She does.
That's all I need to know.
But they don't.
no offense.
They don't.
Yeah. They don't dress up.
Yeah, and well, her and then and the other lady that was in there, and because the other lady said to me one day, she's like, "You always," because I dressed up, and I mean, not dress up, but I always look professional, put together.
Yeah, I mean,
Jewelry,
I
I
think
mean,
that's
I've-
the word is put together. I
Yeah,
think
and like,
there's a weird
and
connotation
I
about
could
that.
have like, and you know, like. We've talked about this so many times, but either people are going to come up to you or you're going to go down to their, you know. And I'm like, I'm not. Because this one lady said to me one time, she's like, "You always look so nice, and I look like a trash bag." And I'm like, well, I don't even know how to, like, I don't even own that to, like, wear something that I could look like a trash bag.
Correct.
Right? And I just feel like, but I have noticed over time, again, they're not dressing up in any way, but they're not dressing like they were.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, like, for example, yesterday at the movies, while you guys were going to get the Diet Cokes
Mhm.
and all that, I was.
Yeah, because by the way, when neither one of you wanted to come, how was I going to carry all that back by myself?
that was your problem.
So you would have not gotten your Diet Coke, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, well, anyways, I was talking to the lady in front of me because again I gave her a compliment and that's how we began the conversation because she was wearing a "That's All" shirt and I was like, oh, I love.
Oh, I love that.
I was like, oh, I love your
Oh,
shirt, and she was
That's All.
like, thank you. I really love when people put like effort, and I was effort into like if the Mean
Even
Girls,
like a theme or like a
Yes.
go out for
right,
yeah.
like we dressed up for Mean Girls
Mhm.
when the Mean Girls came out.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I
you
mean,
got to put that.
It wasn't really
do your
the
little- you
it
gotta
wasn't
put that
really
clip.
the greatest movie per se. I
No, the movie was horrible and I was fat, but it's okay.
Anyways, I was talking to her and she was like, I just love when people put effort into like dressing up and coming out, and I was like, I love when people put effort. Period.
Right.
I mean, like if you're.
No.
My thing is, if you're going out to a nice dinner, if you're going out to like a movie, or like if you're doing something, like look like you're not like a trash bag. Look presentable, and if you can't look presentable, then I don't know, order in.
Yeah, you know what's actually funny, and I do this honestly with every aspect, like even like my PJs. Like
Mhm.
and you don't have to invest a lot of money. You can buy really cute stuff to start out with.
Yeah.
But like I don't actually think, and I know that like you kind of like people kind of hear that and it's like, oh yeah, whatever. But I actually think it's so underrated to like how you can feel. Like imagine
Makes you feel better.
a full skincare routine,
Yes.
cute pajamas,
Yep.
getting into a bed after you just put some linen spray on it and you're
Yes.
ready. Like, oh my gosh, you feel so good going to
Yes.
bed and getting up. Even around the house, I love to wear like a cute like sweat set
Yeah.
or workout set
Yeah.
just to like feel good.
I will say though, it's even like we were talking about going to work. Like I really do like to look presentable going into work. One, because I'm the manager, so like we held those
But even when you weren't, you still always.
right.
Mhm.
But even
Yeah.
more now, so because
Right.
like I'm holding that expectation
Yes.
of I need to make sure I look good so that my team knows that this is the
Exactly.
example of what to look for.
It's the standard.
It's the standard, and I
Yes.
mean, for me, the reason why I love my boots, I love my outfits, I love the clothes that I have, is because it makes me feel good about myself. I don't care if anyone likes it or if anyone doesn't like it. It doesn't matter. It makes me feel good.
And I feel like that goes to like finding your style based off of who you are, and then dressing that way as opposed to dressing to trends. Because if you intentionally buy clothing, again, it doesn't have to be expensive. You can buy it from wherever for however much, but I feel like if you buy intentional pieces that like that represent you as a person, and you can always like do that in a way that like you can always do that and incorporate a trend if you really like, if that's important to you. But I feel like doing that for like with how you are, because I feel like that is when you really blossom into your personality, is when you really like honed in. And you got some backlash like because of that with like your boots or stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. The thing is, I mean, I worked at Banana Republic for a couple years, and that really kind of got me out of the closet, literally. Like really just being able to wear clothes that made me feel good and not have to worry about anyone else. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did get some backlash. I got some hate because of it.
From even like not even just random people, friends and family.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, it never deterred me from wearing whatever the fuck I want to wear.
Well, because I feel like
still do.
You had so much support from me, from your siblings.
Yeah.
From, you know, like I feel like, I mean, there was outliers in the family that were not so supportive, but I will say we've always been 100% supportive.
Absolutely, and I never not felt like that.
And I feel like, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, you know what's funny though, seeing how you are now, and it like, I actually 1000% know you would have been this way, and it makes me like so proud of you, because it would be so hard. You had support from all of us, but I do think at that moment in time when you started to do it, if you didn't, I think you would have just like, I think you would have gone off on your own, and like you wouldn't have let the not having the support from us stop you or hold you back. I think you just would have put up boundaries and not like because I think sometimes there are situations where, and I think for all of us, if we didn't have the support, we may not have gotten there. But in that specific instance, I think you would have gotten there regardless.
I think what's hard too is it's like a lot of my community doesn't have that support. And that's not something that everyone gets. And so I am very thankful that I do have people in my corner that do love me and support me for who I am.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I never not felt loved from my core people. And even coming out, I mean, I came out 5 years ago. And I even remember like my friend was like, have you come out to your family? And I even said, I don't feel the need to come out to my family. I don't feel the need to come out, period, because it's just who I am.
Right? Yeah, it's not like I came out and said, Mom, I like guys.
Right?
I like boys.
Oh my God.
Right.
But
I mean,
also,
straight
we've been
people.
new. We've been new.
I mean, everyone knew, honey. That door was glass, I will say. I mean, because my twin came out first, right? He came out in 8th grade, and
and I found out on one of those birthday shopping trips.
Oh.
About him and Kevin.
Well, I remember
we
like
were at the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, because I remember literally Nikki told me.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, just so you know, Kevin came out. And I was like, you mean Kyle? And she was like, no, Kevin. And I was like, hello. And then I must have told you, that was kind of rude of me to like out him. But then, and you literally said, you mean Kyle.
Well, then Kevin outed me.
That's true, he did.
So, I mean,
also that is so Kevin coded, like no one would even be surprised.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it was really.
But I also
Kevin
didn't
was
care.
just like, come on, Kyle.
Well,
enough.
Kevin and I actually plotted that conversation.
Yeah, no,
you told me because
I did.
You
I
were
mean,
doing on National Coming Out Day.
Yeah, it was National Coming Out Day.
I answer the phone, and you're like, okay, well.
No.
Oh yes.
She thinks of this story differently. I know the story to my heart, and she's like, "That's not what happened."
He said to
I'm
my
like,
heart.
Listen, I know my own coming out story, okay? So it was National Coming Out Day, and I was going to make a post on socials. And before I posted that, I wanted to make sure that, like, again, the people who are my core people know before I post this. And so I called my mom, and you did answer. You answered, but you were talking with Gary, and you couldn't talk at that time, so
Okay.
you hung up, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, it's not like it's
You're right.
a big deal at all.
Yeah. But I didn't know what you were going to tell me.
No, but when you called me back, you weren't like in the best of moods, which is fine, you know. And I was like, I just, you know, because I came out bi first, bi now, gay later.
Oh, I forgot about
But that was, you came out by in my office.
I came out by like a year or two before that.
You told me in my office, and I remember I was like, oh, I remember in my head, I was like, oh, if that's okay, we need to play it like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was still.
Because if you really were bi, it's not like we would be like, no, you're not. But.
Well, I mean, I did date a girl for, I mean, a year and a half.
Okay. That was a very coincidental year and a half because.
Hi, Grace.
You coincidentally were with a girl that was very serious about not doing anything prior to marriage.
It really worked out in my favor.
Yeah, and it was like the ultimate best friend.
Yes.
And we all loved her. But like when we
Yes.
were all together, I never felt like a third wheel. I literally felt like we were
Just
like
best friends.
I felt like we were like Lizzie, Miranda, and Gordo.
That's so funny.
If Gordo were gay.
I mean, it's so true though. But I told my mom, and I was like, "Well, I just wanted to tell you before I post anything that I'm gay." And she said, "Is that what you wanted to tell me?"
Yeah, I'm like,
And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Oh, Kyle,
come on.
we were just waiting for you at this point."
Come on.
And I was like, "Well, okay, cool."
And then the best thing was when you posted on National Coming Out Day and all your ex-girlfriends commented like, so happy for you.
I know. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's funny because the ex-girlfriend that we were talking about for a while had me blocked for a minute.
But
I
think
which is valid because
it
listen,
was valid. You broke her heart.
I did break her heart. I broke up with her a couple weeks
She
before
was-
prom. I know.
You did?
Yes.
I broke up with her
She
before
was the
senior
only one
prom.
who didn't know.
I literally broke up with her before senior
Yeah,
prom.
it
Which,
was
in all fairness, it was a really, 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 really hard year.
It was a terrible year.
I had a terrible year.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't there, so I don't really
That's
know.
when Ashley passed. And so it was a really hard year, and it was something that I was not focusing
can
on.
I just tell you guys something really quick?
Yes.
Do we need to...
No,
Okay.
no. So at my event this week, there was a lady, and Victoria, I think I was telling you about her. One of you, I was telling. One of the ladies that spoke, her parents both committed suicide.
Oh, you were telling me.
Oh my God.
And so she does an honor wall
Mm.
of people that have committed suicide, and so I put both Ashley and
And Jenny.
Aw. Yeah, because Tori and I both lost
had friends.
close friends.
Yeah. I will say, like, mine wasn't as close as, like, you and Ashley were. Like, we...
But I think you underestimate the
No,
relationship.
no. I definitely, like, I just don't want to, I don't want to say it in the sense, like, I mean, like, you and Ashley were best friends. Like, she was one of your best friends.
Yeah.
Like, and not that, like, Jenny was, like, I had, like, a special relationship with Jenny, but it was almost, like, afterwards,
Yeah.
I felt really bad because I think I realized in that moment that I didn't not like take the friendship seriously,
I know what
but
you're
like you know what I mean.
saying.
Like
Yeah, I do know what
I
you
felt
mean.
bad because in that moment I just feel like it was more one-sided, but not like I didn't want to have a friendship with her, but she put in more effort than me, and then I felt really bad that I was like I was like I had to be so wrapped up in myself to not like see that. But we didn't really hang out outside of school at that point, but it could have been you know.
I will say, Ashley and she was more like a sister to me for sure. And with that being said, May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. And so it is a good time to remind people that they are loved.
Yes.
And that you matter here.
Yeah.
And that if you ever feel the urge to ever, go through that route, there are a lot of different systems and resources that are very helpful. One of them being 988. So if you are feeling that way.
No, and actually, I think maybe to kind of like use this as our wrap up, but like I do have a question. I don't know if you've like talked about it, but because in my situation, I didn't know that like she was struggling, and she was very quiet. I met her because she was my chemistry partner, and we were so smart. Oh my gosh, she was. I know when we very first got coupled up that she was like,
I always love that story.
Did I get partnered up with this fucking bozo? Because
which is so funny because you're so smart.
I know, but like science
MBA over here, hello.
I was very much the like math and like reading / writing, and then like science and history to me was like a snore fest. I'm like, if they could have made that into like a reality show, I would have been way more interested, but like otherwise it's like a snore fest. And the teachers were always the fucking high school football coach, so like come on,
all the time.
Always. So
obviously, even when I was in high school,
they don't care. They're like, school doesn't care about it that much anyway. But and then like science to me, I was just
casement.
Well, okay, I actually did in high school. I had the one like cool teacher, but she started off on maternity leave when I like. But I mean, I definitely had, but I didn't have him.
What was your question?
Well, no. So I was gonna say that, so Jenny and I were like, we started out as like chemistry partners, and then we kind of formed this group with Danielle and then this other kid. So we were kind of like the four. So we would like study together and whatever. That's kind of how we like started off. But she was very much like she was a soccer player. She was very like she was very much a jock, but she was so smart. She was so smart. Like she wanted to like I think it was our ROTC or something, but she could have, like she was gonna go, and she was gonna go to like a big college, you know, all of the things.
Yeah.
And then the next year, because that was junior year, that was sophomore year. I was trying, because then I was new to that high school, and all these kids had been going to school together for like ever. I was trying to win best dress, so I was like started off sophomore year like strong, and then the next year that I saw her, we weren't in class together anymore. But I saw her, she like looked so cute one day, and she was like, "You just like really inspired me to like start dressing up," and
remember?
You know, and she even told me that too though. But then her friend did tell me that like, but she was like, "You just really like, you know." But she would kind of like invite me to things here or there, but it was always on like days that I was either like dancing or we had church or whatever. And then when it happened, I was like in shock because I just didn't see it coming. So that was going to be my question to you, because like it was my friend, but like not on the level that like you and Ashley were friends. And so I was gonna ask, like, was it a shock to you, or was it something that like you guys knew she was struggling, or?
This is about to get, you know, a little deep. So.
And only share what you feel comfortable sharing.
My thing is, her family is so vocal about Ashley's story that I don't feel like I'm sharing anything that's, you know, not already out there. Ashley suffered quite a bit. She tried to, you know, commit suicide more than once, and 3 times actually. And she was, you know, sent to mental health facilities, and unfortunately, someone that she trusted sexually assaulted her, and that is kind of what really pushed her over that edge. And you know, it's weird. I told you this. I don't know if I told you this, but I even remember waking up that morning and just feeling very off.
Yeah.
Specifically about that family.
Yeah.
Because that family was, I mean, that was my other family. I mean, I was at their house every other day. I mean, I, her sister Emma,
it was a refuge
and I.
for you.
Absolutely. Because I mean, I had great support at home, but I also didn't at the same time, and so that was kind of a safe space for me. And seeing that family hurt so badly really just put a lot of perspective into my life and how valuable life is. And so to answer your question, it was a shock, but it wasn't at the same time. Just because I knew she was struggling. She told me in confidence that she was struggling. And you know, it's very sad that people can get to that point of feeling like there's no way out but that route. Because life is so valuable, and high school is really hard.
So hard.
I mean, life is hard, and I think that's kind of the biggest takeaway that I learned over the past 3 years, is that no matter what age, what stage, life's hard.
Yeah.
And it's kind of how you go about that and the tools you have for that. Like I go to therapy because that's what helps me.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think to like also kind of like in a wrap up, like we've talked a lot about, like we've been talking about the Devil Wears Prada and like the clothes and how that, and I think about that with Jenny a lot, like that, but like it's just because one of my very favorite scenes in that whole movie is the scene in the first one where she's changing clothes, like you see her.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, I love, and I love all
walking
of
down the
those.
street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and just and I think that to be able to be yourself and to wear what you want to wear, and just to be you, not only in your clothes but in your skin.
Yes.
For you, for all of us, just to be comfortable in our own skin.
Well, I will say too, I was struggling
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
Really badly.
Yeah.
To extent I don't think anyone really knows, you
Yeah.
know? And losing Ashley really put that perspective
Yeah.
of what that can do to
the people
the
here.
people who
Yeah.
love them, you know? I will never forget her mom, her name's Sarah, and I love her. She is like my second mom, but I remember her and my mom hugging each other at the funeral and not letting go. And that was something that is like stained into my head of how precious life is and how valuable life is and how we are so valuable and the people who are here are so valuable.
Yes.
And so I think it did put a lot of perspective into my life. I'm a very big mental health advocate now because I want people to know that there's so much more, and that despite everything that's going on in the world, because it's fucking chaotic, let's not disagree, but that there are some good that are still going on.
And I do think it's like, I think a lot of times it's like talked about so much about like through middle school and high school and everything. And I will say I really went through it like later, like not late. I'm only 30, but like I really went through it like in my like mid to late 20s, like seriously, like it was, like it is crazy because it's
mental
like
health doesn't
it's crazy when you really do truly feel like it would be so much better. Like it would it would be so much better just to like be done and whatever. And it really does like stick with like how is it going to affect the people that you leave behind. And I do feel like at the time being married truly saved me because even though both of us were struggling, not that we were struggling, not in a relationship. We were going through some really, really hard times like in our life, and I was way more done than he was, and I think that's like something that really, but also having family and having all of that, and like, but I do think it is to say like, I almost think it's focused so heavily on like younger people, which is good. We need to, because like that needs to be something that is like focused on, but I do think it's just like it can happen to anyone at any time and in any profession, because I know that it does happen to a lot of times too. It's brought up more with people who are like famous or who are in the public eye, but this is happening at any time, any age, any situation.
Well, and that's like to my point that again, life's hard. No matter what age you are, no matter what stage of part of life you are, life is hard. And you have to have those resources, whatever that looks like for you, healthy resources, that will benefit you in the end. And I think that's very, 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 very important.
And I do think it's important to like really like talk about these things because I think that's
love
what's
this. Like,
changed.
I don't think any of us knew we were getting
here. We would never.
We digress.
Yes, but we digress.
But I do think I love this, and I feel like really privileged that we're sharing this, and I like I said, I love that this lady, because I found her at the end of the thing, and I'm like, she was already packed up. She has these little cards that she puts names on, and she told her husband, she was like, I need a card, like, get me a card. And so I wrote both their names on there, and she was like, they're on my wall. Like, I mean, it's just really cool. Yeah, and I knew you guys would, so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very cool because, I mean, despite the loss, continuing their story on and, still knowing that even if you're not here anymore, that you still matter.
Yes.
Your life still matters.
Flowers
and your
for
legacy
ash.
still matters.
Yeah.
And we remember them, like, we remember them. And
I think about Ashley at least once a day, and she passed away 5 years ago. No, 8 years ago.
Yes, a long time.
8 years ago. Yeah, and I still think about her all the time.
Yep.
And I think that goes to show that, again, even if you feel like you don't matter, if you don't feel like you have people in your circle, or you're really going through it, that people still love you and really do care for you. And again, that you're not alone.
Yeah.
And if you come from a situation where you don't feel that way,
because there are a lot of people who don't feel
right,
that way.
I was gonna say, because we say that, and like, obviously,
and that's a privilege.
Obviously Ashley, like, her family, and like Jenny's mom, like, I was like, and it wasn't, and maybe we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, so like and not necessarily for like, but like I didn't really know.
But it's true. Yeah.
We don't know what goes behind closed doors, but there are people that have the love within there. Because I'll just use myself for an example. It was very, like, I was in a very, 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 very dark place. You even said you were in a very dark place, but like, it's not like we didn't have the love and the support. If we spoke up, like, it would be there. Not everyone has that, but to say there are people out there that are your people, if it's not in your bloodline or immediate,
And I will say, this is something that I know my mom definitely feels, and something I've read so many times is, like, when another mom cries, all mom cries.
Yes.
And blood is not always thicker than water, so if you feel a certain way that, like, but mine is not, like, there are your circle, your community, your people are out there, because you've done that before.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, something that, like, my grandma even told me, that blood is not always family, and that, you find family through those connections, through people who make you feel seen. And I have created a family here.
I just recently, with a woman, she actually lives here in Texas, and I was just on her podcast, but she is such an ally, and like, and we're in an industry together, we're in a company together that is not necessarily that focused on that. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, like, and I saw her at an event, and I was like, you don't know what that means to me, that I have boys that are in this community that, like,
because I mean, we live in a world right now that is really trying to shut that down.
Yeah, and we just were, like, instantly I was just bonded to her. And so there are people, like, to your point, there are so many people out there, and I think with everything that's going on, more and more people are willing to say, hey, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So with that, we saw Devil Wears Prada.
Mine's empty.
We had some good iconic chats, and cheers to that.